It was better you abuse askari, but don't try to steal son. Son was being stolen.
How?
Having a wife in prison, it is very expensive. Actually, it's better to have one wife here. I mean, to have 10 wives outside here than having one wife in prison.
There's someone to preside over.
Yes, there is a pastor like me, but not askari, not an ordained pastor, but a prisoner. Yeah, inmate. He's the one who got to preside over the wedding.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Tuko Talks. My name is Yvonne Kawira. Now today I have a very interesting guest for you who has a story of how he was locked up for a good 7 years for a crime he did not commit. But this is not even the end of the story, because the things he witnessed behind bars is the reason we are here today. Welcome, Pastor.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yvonne.
Yes.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm so glad that you reached out, even wanting to share your story on our platform.
Yes.
It's such an honor to finally see you.
Yes.
Tell us a little about yourself. Where do you come from?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I come from Muranga. Okay. That's Muranga County. Mm-hmm. Division. Nowadays we call them their constituency. Yes. Kandara. Location of Shanjiru. And I went to a primary school, Ras Manju Primary School. Mm-hmm. Then from there I proceeded to Githunguri Mixed Secondary School. Yeah. Then after my O-level, I came to Nairobi, where I took my electrical engineering in a college which is known as Lady Village College. Mm-hmm. Then from electrical engineering, I went to college again. I enrolled in another college. I took what you call refrigeration and air conditioning. Nice. Yes. Mm-hmm. Then from there I went to internship at Nairobi Serena Hotel, where I had my internship. By those days we used to call it attachment. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Life was practically normal for
you. Actually, my life was normal. Actually, my star was writing up a day after the other. Mm-hmm. My life was so nice because, you see, after school, I went to college. Actually, I've done I've done electrical engineering. I've done what you call refrigeration and air conditioning. Mm-hmm. Meaning, I can work in mortuary, I can work in other cold room, I can work in flower plantation where they have cold rooms. Actually, after attachment, I was given job on contract basis. Then from there, I quitted. I went to business. Mm-hmm. Then after I got married, I decided to go and ask for a job because business was performing by that time. Mm-hmm. So I went to ask for a job again. I applied for a job. I was lucky to be taken there. And I started working there until the year 2003. But the year 2003, even before I forgot, we used to work on contract basis. So I decided, let me open a side hustle. Let me start a side hustle so that I can be in a position when I'm not working there, because it was 3 months continuously. Mm-hmm. Then after that, you are taken out for a number of weeks. Then you are taken back.
Which means also it will affect your salary.
Yeah, it would affect your salary, because when you are not working, you're not paid. Yeah. You are paid based on the days that you have worked for. Mm-hmm. So I opened a job, just a small kiosk, a business. Mm-hmm. Then after opening a kiosk, I remember very well, I worked for only 3 days. That day it was on. I opened it on that, September 2003. I worked on that day, 4th, 5th. This is the story that now this story started there.
On the 3rd day?
That day. When I woke up, I have narrated everything in my book. Mm-hmm. The book that I've written, Narrow Escape from Death, 7 years waiting for the hangman. Actually, I've narrated the story, what happened, but I got to narrate now. Yeah. But that day, actually, it was an interesting day, because my daughter, by that time, she is 2 years. That day, I woke up very well. I prepared myself to go to my prison work, Naivasha, just there, Naivasha drive. That day, I remember my daughter behaved in a queer way. That she told me, she asked me to feed her, spoon feed her. Yeah. And that one thing worried me, because my daughter by that time was a baby who could feed herself. So, and after spoon feeding her, she not want me to leave the house. Anytime she want to, I would go try to leave the house. No, daddy, crying. She did not want me to leave the house. And if I knew that she could see something that I could not see by that time, I would not have left that day in my house. I would have stayed with her. I would have stayed with my family, and perhaps what I've gone through for those 7 years, 3 months and 7 days, would not have caught up with them. Yes, I have counted the days, because I was there. I was in hell. It is God who has distracted me.
What happened on that day?
So I opened my job until evening.
Yes.
So when I was closing, I I cruised around, it was around between 3 there to 5 there, to that time, actually, I cannot remember the exact time. I was heading home. When I hear makelele, noises, wah, 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 wah. Me, I was hit from behind by a stone. Somebody stoned me. Before I could speak, I was beaten senseless. I was beaten until I lost my conscience. Then after from there, I was dragged to a certain home. I can't remember actually, a certain compound. And I heard them, by that time I was half dead, actually. I was half dead. I heard them saying, this one of them. The owner of the compound, the house was called. I did not know his name. He was called. When he came, he was saying that, when he came, the police also were caught, and also the security men, the soldiers, they call them the watchmen along there who guard those places.
Yes.
By that time I was bleeding profusely everywhere. I was bleeding. And I was half dead, half alive. So I could not fathom, I could not understand what was going on. So I had, but from where I was lying, I could hear from far, talking about me, now discussing. Now the man was saying, this man is innocent. He was saying, they were talking. And he was saying, let's release this man. But the policemen who are there, who have already arrived at the scene of crime, they said, if you release this man will take you to court. So you have to do your best to fix this man. Because if you set him free, if you allow him to go home, this man will go to fix you. He's going to take you to court because this man was arrested along the road. He was walking. There's nothing that has been there to prove that this man was among those people who attempt to rob you. There is nothing also to indicate that there was robbery that was going on. So there was totally nothing. There was no evidence. I was lifted up by policemen from where I was. I was put to one of the security guards' cars pickup. I was taken to Kenyans police station. I stayed there the whole night. It was 5th September 2003. So I stayed in that state the whole night of policemen. The whole night in the police station. And the following day, that is on Saturday. That's the time when I regained my consciousness.
Are they explaining to you why?
No. Right now, we could not talk because I was dead. I was almost dead. They could not explain to me. So when I gained back my consciousness, the first thing to ask, where am I? Because I could not imagine that I was in police station. What did I do? So my mind traced where. Traced what was transpired when I was coming from my place of work. So. First of all, I called my wife. I got a phone from one of the Fungwa there. One of the prisoners was there. One of the person who was taken there, was in the police there, prisoner. I got a phone. I called my wife and I explained to her what has transpired. Because even her, she was worried. Yeah, because she waited for me. She had waited for me the whole night. I did not come. I had never slept outside. So she was worried. Yes. So I called her and they came with other people to check me in police station. When they came, even they told the policeman, the policeman, that this person is innocent. This person is having his own job. This person has been working. But this policeman, remember, they could not hear that. Remember, the person who had taken me to there was a person who had a lot of money. He was a rich person. And he was threatened that if you let this person go, this person will take you to court. So, let's money work. I stayed there, my people, they came, we tried to use other people, they come to try to secure my freedom. It was in vain. After 7 days, let me tell you, Yvonne, I was taken to court to answer charges that I did not know about. I remember that morning when I was leaving, the policeman who was handling my case told me, this is a very simple case. Just accept when you go and these charges relate to you, just say yes, you have done, so that you can be, the magistrates will sentence you to 7 days. 7 days. Non-custodial sentence for a week, and you'll be cleaning the court. But if you don't accept, if you say no, you'll be taken to committee.
Did you think he knew the charge that you were facing to advise you like that? Okay,
yeah, I thought he was a good man. I thought he knew, he wanted to assist me. I thought this policeman was acting in my favor, and he was a good Samaritan.
I thought he was on your side.
Yeah, on my side. So I was taken to court number 1.
Yeah.
And charges were read out to me. so and so such a date, armed with the people who are not before the court, you attempted to rob so and so. Guilty or not guilty? I raised my hand and said, I'm guilty. The magistrate who was presiding over the court looked at me and he said, do you know what I'm asking you? Do you know that if you're found guilty in this charge, if you're guilty by this offense, you'll be sentenced to hang, you'll be sentenced to suffer death. I was shocked. In English with that, I was so shocked that I wetted my pants. That's English. I was shocked. Actually, I was shocked.
You didn't think that?
Yes, I did not think that. Yeah, these things. This thing you could hear. Some people, they are facing those kind of things. Now, no, you are the one who are in that situation. So, the magistrate was kind enough. He told the policeman, take him to the cell. Then you bring him in the afternoon for fresh pre-taking. So when I was taken to the cell, there are those cells that are house accommodate the prisoner who go for court cases. So when I was taken there, I found other convicts, other prisoners who had come for their hearing. So there are people who are very conversant with these cases.
Yes.
They asked me, what's the problem? I told them, this is what I was charged with. They told me, they told me, don't say yes, don't be guilty. Because they called me father. You father, if you accept this, you'll be hanged. If you say yes, you have committed this offense, you'll be hanged. I was so shocked. So in the afternoon, I was waiting for the court session in the afternoon. So when I went there in the afternoon, the magistrate called my name. I stood there. So and so on such a day, she repeated the charge. She read the charge again to me. On such a day, armed with other people not before the court, you attempted to rob so and so. Yes or no? I said no. Actually, I was about to raise my two hands. No. It was she noted somewhere. Then from there, I raised my hands. I asked her, can you give me I asked, what are you saying? I want a board. I was told this case is unbearable. I was taken to the cell, now waiting to be transported to committee to start my time.
They sentenced you at that point?
No. I was told when I was removed from the court, from the judge, the magistrate said this, 14 days in prison, 14 days, you come for mention of 14 days after mention, then the hearing of the case will be such and such a date.
So at that point you didn't know your charges that were placed?
Yes, no, I have known, because now they are saying that I'll be charged with attempted robbery, according to section 272 of the penal code. I was taken to the cell where I found other criminals, now convicts. They are waiting now to be taken back to committee. I had money. One of the convicts came and asked me by name Carlos. I know it was a nickname Carlos. Do you have money? Now I look and see where I was worried, by the way. Do you have money? I told him that I have money. I had 1,000 notes. He told me, this money, smuggling this money into prison, it can cost your life. Do this, give me this money, I carry for you. And let's have a deal, 50-50. If I send this money, I smuggle this money into prison, you're going to give me 500, you'll give me 500. I said no. I moved to another man. He told me that for me to help you to sneak the money into prison, you give me 700, you 800. No, I said no. Let me go back to Carlos. I asked Carlos, how are we going to sneak the money into prison? Even I did not know that the people, I don't know which language to use. We call it boots. People, they would sneak money using what you call boots. I don't know which language now to use. Boot in quote to say in us. That's how money. I sneak. I don't know what is happening at this time, but that man, after I gave his money, he went to the corner. Then from there, he came and told me that the money now is safe, is in my safe. I asked him, where is that safe? I know where Pharaoh Sijari. Don't worry, the money is in my safe. Kumiri boots.
Where?
Boots. So when we reached the committee, I was shocked. Greeting is what you call the rungu. Munajua rungu. When we reached there, the first thing, we were told to strip naked, remove all the clothes so that they could check whether we have the contrabands. We remove the clothes, you are checked everywhere. You have and you're totally nude. After the search, No committee, this man was there. Was mfungwa there. You know, as the new people, they had to go to the duty office so that also we can record our name, next of kin, the procedure before admitted to the prison now. So I went there. Now this man got a chance and disappeared with my money. Oh, no. I was allocated Brocoi. I was taken to Brocoi, number 56. So my life in prison started that day. I went to number 56, where I found other people now, the prisoners there, who are waiting. You know, if you hear someone is in committee, for example, when you come to the remands, these are the remands where all the robbery prisoners, anybody who is accused of having committed robberies, they are detained. I'm incarcerated there. So I got taken to number 56. When I went there, number 56, I found other people who were merciless. I was asked, do you have something to give us? You know, I was, even being taken to the cell, it's like you are being pushed inside. The door is open, then you are pushed with a kick. Go! When you run to other people now there. The other people, they are pushing you back. So they asked me, do you have anything? I said, no, I don't have anything. Now what you're going to do, you're going to sleep there at the bucket. That bucket is known as no. Let me call it no because it's not no. Even if no matter, I think we don't have another term, other one for English to describe that bucket. It's called no. No is a bucket where these prisoners at night they live themselves. Oh. They go for short call and long call because in the prison you cannot get outside that night. When the doors are locked.
That's it.
That is it until morning. So they have got the bucket. That bucket is not no. No, so there are people who are they are rearing that no-go, there are people who are vomiting that no-go, there are people who are urinating that no-go. So actually is filthy, horrible. So the whole night I was there. Imagine what I was going through. I was innocent. Remember, I'd be beaten senseless. I'm bleeding. I've got a lot of wounds. I've tried to plead the policemen to take me to hospital. They have refused. So I've got those bidon dams stinking. My blood is everywhere, even in my clothes. And let me tell you, in this country, there's no justice without money. The following day we wake up, in the prison, you don't have to wake up early. People, they wake up early. 5, there's what called the roll call. 5, you're outside there. After the roll call, we are taken, those people are going to court, we are taken to court. Remember, I was there the whole night. I stood the whole night. Remember what I was going through. I not commit this offense. These people, they are there, having their stolen or whatever. So the following morning, after the roll call, we call it roll call in prison. It is done 4 times a day. 5 times, 1 that is morning, or 4 times a day. After the roll call, we queue for porridge. In prison, there's no tea. To say I want to take a cup of tea. No, that's not your mama's place. It's not your mother's place. There's nothing like that. There is what you call the porridge. By that time, it was sugarless. Me, I said no. I said no to take that porridge. I took it. I gave it to another man who was following me. Then after that, around Kitu 11, we had the lunch. Lunch that they eat mapema. They eat right now. They have eaten lunch. 11 at 11, lunch came. Lunch, it is that mororo. That is kawgali, very small. Not small. Any retro gari. And also. We got the mbogas, the sukuma wiki, the curry. The curry in prison they don't kaanga.
Boil.
They boil. So that ugali is there with your mololo. Then from there is what you call those sukuma wiki, they have been boiled. Then from there another person is starting there with cooking oil. This liquid cooking oil. Is standing there. So you pick your ugali. You go there, you pick your mboga, lakini there's no mboga there. When you hear mboga, it's not mboga. Actually joking, because it's water. They do like this, water. You're given water. If you have not prayed, you cannot give even a small leaf. Where? So it depends how lucky you are. So I took that water, I took the nimo haya, alafu mafuta pa, then you go for the cooking part. You take anakuwekea. Hakuwekei. Are we there? Anafanya, yani bive sivi anakuwekea, lakini anaruka, anarudisha kwake kwa mroro. Kwa sababu ameshika mroro hivi na anakuweka anarudisha kwake. When you start complain no ambia wesonga, you are being pushed by other prisoner. You know, we have around 800 people there who are queuing for the same. Hawana time na wewe. So I decided now to eat. I was in trauma. I was in pain. I needed a medical attention. These people are not taking me to hospital, so I was in pain. And also trauma and whatever. So I decided not to eat. Evening, when it comes evening, ranch there, they take, in committee, they used to take around 3. That bowl is put around 10 beans, maharagwe 10. 10 beans and ugali. Maharagwe 10. That one is not even enough for a cat. Even for a toddler cannot feed on cannot get maharagwe 10 and get satisfied. Then we pass mafuta pale, in Kiswahili wanasema kwamba chakula njera inakangiwa kwa tumbo. Remand is one of the most dangerous places. You can die because of starvation. People who are in remand, they're going to get enough food. Actually, they get meager ration. Very small quantity of food. So, because, do you know why? Because they are not benefiting the government in any way. They are there waiting for their trial. So, the one leg is outside the Agishagi, the other one is in prison. Yeah. So,
take us to the day of the ruling. What happened on that day? I stayed there for 6 months. Actually, I stayed there for 6 months. And then my people came to do. I think somebody told them that this case, this man, your son is facing is dangerous. This is a capital offense. So look for a lawyer. So they looked for me for a lawyer. They had a lawyer for me, and actually I wasn't presented by a lawyer before the court. So I remember when they started the trial, somebody brought me a charm. In prison.
Yeah, in prison.
What is it true?
No. Yeah, when in court. Yeah, it was sent to me. The reason why I wanted a charm, by that time I was saved. But let me tell you, Yvonne, you can be tempted to do something even if you are saved. Because I wanted my freedom now. I do not know why God had deserted me.
You were desperate for any.
Yes, I wanted me now. Let me still go to the story. I wanted now to have my freedom by force, by fire. We say by force, by fire. So somebody brought me a charm. I think it was a truth of although I have never seen that a frog properly, but I think it was a frog. It was a truth of a frog.
So they told you how you would use it?
Yeah, they told me how to use it. They told me that even when I'm appearing before the magistrate, I could pass a form, pass it through my head 7 times. So that when the magistrate will be handling my case, you'll be confused.
Really?
And also the prosecution witnesses will get confused. So I was brought that thing. So I went to it with the court. There was my counsel was there. There was magistrate there. So I'd use it. But I will come to tell you that it's not helping me in any way.
This person who brought you this charm?
Yes.
Was it a fellow prisoner?
No. It was just a friend from outside.
From outside?
Yes. He wanted to have me to be out.
So anything to get you
can do
out
anything.
of
Let me tell you any problem. The reason why, let me tell you, and because I'm a pastor. The reason why people they are going to the witch doctor is to get solution. People they are going through a lot.
Struggle.
They come to the church, they are being prayed for, they are not getting any results. These people they are being compelled now to go to the witch doctors.
This is why.
Because people they want the result. They don't want gimmicks. They want the results. So I found myself in that trap. So after the trial took around, it took 6 months. Then after the trial, I went for the ruling now. Let's go there. I went to the ruling now. And remember, now I have got my, I have the charm. And I used to be with it. When I was coming for my hearing, I used to carry my charm. On top of that, there in prison, I had to keep it well. And I have to safeguard it in a way. So after that, I remember the lawyer. He called my people and told them this man is going home. This man is going home after the trial because there was no evidence. Actually, there was no evidence connected to the robbery. There was nothing. So I went for my hearing. People, my wife came, my child came, my prince came because they are coming to pick me now. Where? Even there, when I was going to attend my judgment, I had already dished out my personal items.
You knew you were not going
I knew that I definitely was going home. So I went there. I remember it was 5th March 2004. I remember actually in the date, even it was on Friday. So I went there prepared to get my freedom. So the magistrate came. He entered in the courtroom. She looked at me. She gave me a smile, and I smiled back. She was a dame. She was a young girl. Me, I thought that everything was well. Now, my wife noticed that exchange of a smile and she winked at me. So we thought everything is well.
Yes.
So, the judgment started. Oh, what, wait. Finally, that lady said, the evidence on the records is overwhelming and it disconnects you to the scene of the crime. The fact that you are arrested soon after the robbery confirm that you are not mistaken. You are not a mistake. You are not this is not a case of mistaken identity. You are involved in the crime. Oh. So this case I found guilty, and I've sentenced you to serve a death. Then she broke the point. Then she dismissed the court.
How did that make you feel?
Wow, me, I prayed. I remember even I prayed that day. I said a prayer. May this ground open its mouth and solve me alive. I remember under the charm. I quickly put my hand in my pocket. I dropped the charm. My wife and my wife and my mother and other people were crying now. You know, everybody was waiting. After the sentence, I was quickly handcuffed. You know, when you are sentenced, by that time you would be sentenced to death by that time. Mm-hmm. These people would handcuff you quickly. Then from there, they would call reinforcement from committee. Then from there, they would use what you call the other cars to clear the road for them. So I was quickly handcuffed, taken to the Mariam, that is the van. Then they use other cars, police cars. I was taken to committee now. We you know those ambulance, the kind of ambulance and whatever. So I was taken to committee. Now I've started the life in hell. Very interesting. When I went there now, because now you have been sentenced to death, and I want to tell people, someone who is interested to me, death sentence is there. Nobody should cheat anybody saying that there's no death sentence. If there's no death sentence, then people who are there will not be there. Will not have been there. People who have been sent, even today, as I speak today, I know there are people in court, they are being sentenced to suffer death. They are sentenced to death. So death is there until when the parliament will abolish, they will repeal that section, and perhaps they substitute with the jail term. So I went there. I found Askar now waiting for me.
They had been informed.
They have been informed that somebody had been hanged, had been sentenced to suffer death. I was quickly frog marched to G Block. G Block. It is a place where all the hardcore criminals facing death sentence were being held. Manda case, for example, the other man who was sentenced here, I don't want to mention him in this show, he is there. Other people, all the hardcore criminals, they are there. Manda and nobody. Mm-hmm. Yes, not anybody who was serving jail term. No, anybody who is serving death sentence, anybody who has been sentenced to suffer death.
Dangerous criminals.
Yes, they are dangerous criminals. They are there. Whereby that G Block is guarded 24/7. From the main gate up to where you are held, 7 gates, manned properly by prison warden. So I want to tell you, I was given the Kongoro. So another term, Kongoro. Say Kongoro. Kongoro is a prison. It's a prison uniform. You are given a Kongoro. The striped one. It's called Kongoro. There is Kongoro. Then from there, I was taken to G Block number 42. Number 42. I entered to number 42. It's a hell, actually. That's a hell. I want to say it's a hell. Number 42, I found people there, other prisoners who had been there for many years. The same harassment that I went through the remand, the same harassment I went through in number 42. Mm-hmm. I found there people who have stayed for 20 years. I was, what have you come with? I said, no, I have nothing. Mm-hmm. You go to stand there at the noble place. Again. It was, again. I was there until morning. In the morning, G Block is not like the other place. And I want to tell people here, if you are thinking to commit a crime, think twice. Again. Think twice. That's why I'm here. Because G Block, when the first thing in the morning, it's not like remand now. You have been sentenced to suffer death. And now, since you are sentenced to suffer death, it means that now you'll be treated like a corpse. Where you go hide, we will be treated like a corpse. So the following morning, we are called all the people. There are a number of people who have been sent to hang in that day that I was the death sentence was passed against me. Mm-hmm. So we are all called there. We are told to appeal. Me, because I was now traumatized. I don't know whether I was suffering from depression. I had decided I'm not going to appeal. I didn't say, no, I want to die in prison because now I don't know what is happening. Me, I have done nothing. Me, I'm I was a victim of mistaken identity. Now you can see what I was going through. So we are to now, you have to appeal. So I was compelled to that. I myself had surrendered. I said no to appeal. I want to die in prison because I was very, 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 very disappointed. So let me tell you about the G block. Very interesting. There, by that time, when you woke up in the morning, and you take your breakfast is porridge, eh? Then from there, you are locked inside. In G block, we could get sun. We could bask in sun. In sun only for 45 minutes. The rest days you are locked inside. The rest hours you are locked inside. So meaning 23 hours, 15 minutes you are locked inside.
What are some of the things you experienced behind bars? Some of the cruelness from even fellow inmates?
Yes.
How was life like?
Life was terrible. First of all, let's talk about it now here. You are given only for 45 minutes.
Of course.
To bask in the sun. That is for 45 minutes. Now, let me tell you today. It was better you abuse askari with all manner of abuse, but don't try to steal sun. Sun was being stolen. How? Can I ask me myself how? For example, we used to be open in turns. When you are locked inside, so they come in turns. Now is the time for this law to go outside. Now is the time for this one. So there are people who could hide themselves in the toilet so that they could bask 2 times. If you are caught, you could be. These people could catch up with you. You used to face a very severe punishment. Okay, so G block was a hell. Leave around that, G block, there was brother. Let me tell you, these things you have been hearing here, I'm saying they are in prison. And I want to tell all people, especially young people, don't think about committing crime. Because if you commit crime, you'll be somebody's wife inside the prison. Especially young people. Because if, for example, you're a gluttonous, you're a greedy person, you want to eat more, you want to smoke cigarettes, because cigarettes are very expensive in prison. Smoking the cigarette, I told you from the word go that they use IDB. So meaning that by that time, one roaster cigarette, we say that cigarette that is not circumcised, you used to bite 100 bob.
What?
You want to smoke those things, you have no money. Yeah. There are people, let me tell you, I was innocent. But that doesn't mean that there are no people who have committed crime. There are so many people who have committed crime, they're in prison. Dangerous criminals who have money, real money. You could hear someone has 7 Madris here. Other people, they got houses to rent. Other people, they are very rich. So these are the people that could misuse these young boys. And I want to tell people that you have to be very careful. So what would happen when you're passing outside there? People would take one of the houses. All people outside there. They could collaborate with one of the person there, one of the in charge there. That's in charge. Every house has in charge. The private. You conspire. They would rent that house. You pay for the house. They come and do all their dirty things in that house. So both they were there.
Oh my.
The other people who have got money. People with the money, they could make sure they could have these boys in their room. They could have these boys act like their wives. They have money. So they can use their money to call up their administration, to have their room, being surrounded by these boys. Here we have got the flower girls. There we have got the flower girls. Those boys, they are called the flower boys. They are there. We call them the mende. Another term now. Can you say mende? Mende is not a cockroach. Mende is the man who is doing that. Today, you have to understand that even prisoners, they get married there. Your brother is there, has been married, has gotten married to another man.
So this marriage means that this person belongs entirely to this man?
Yeah, to X. If Y is married to X,
that's now, your wife?
Yeah, there's wife.
And is he allowed to marry 4 or 5 wives?
No, okay, there are people who can, because of money, they could even have 5 or 6. But let me tell you, those women, we call them prisoners, they are very expensive. They can make even to sell your car. There are many people who are eating their money. They are selling their cars, they are selling their lands.
To marry.
So that they can have their money there. There's money that's skin there. Once they get their money, they can be in a position to satisfy, to finance the lifestyle of these people. Because having a wife in prison, it is very expensive. Actually, it's better to have one wife here. To have 10 wives outside here than having one wife in prison, having that man. Because that man is expensive. That man, for example, is taking cigarette, a packet a day, that's 2,000.
So it's the husband financing this?
Yeah, it's my husband. Mafuta is very expensive in prison. Mafuta. Very expensive in prison. Haya, he's eating nyama. You know, they have got nyama there. Nyama. This is meat. Eating nyama there is the husband who is financing. Haya, there, for example, if you see somebody is reading a fire and cooking in prison, that person has money. Because people, they cook in prison. G-block people do cook. How? They do use that mororo. I told you from the word mororo. They use that bowl, then look for ngunia, this empty sack, especially the nylon one, is very expensive. Actually, if you are given a contract to take I don't know whether you can go there and ask that contract to take that ngunias to prison. That ngunia, it would cost, that ngunia is called cost 500. That ngunia, that empty sack, 500, because that ngunia, you know, these people, they live like shokora. They live like the city boys. People, they are very rich, they live like shokora. Because, do you see how, have you ever seen how, because shokora prepare food there in the same way? So they cut into pieces, then use it to boil their food. Bucket, empty bucket, this one for tillage, or must do what? If you're given a contract to take those near, by that time it was 800 because they use it as a firewood. So these people, would have asked me, who presided over the wedding of the prisoner?
There's someone to preside over a wedding.
There is a pastor like me. But not a askari, not an ordained pastor, but a prisoner. Yeah, inmate. He's the one who got to preside over the wedding.
So there'll be a wedding.
Where the cake ugali is the ugali. Who will be in attendance? The other society, the other members of the club. They call it the club. They made a club. They could be.
So they'll make vows.
Yes, they make vows. Yes. Now let me tell you, it is the work of the husband to make sure that his wife is there, always there. Because they have transfer in prison. They have transfer, no more transfer, yeah? Like any other prison.
And you have no control over that.
Yeah, you have control. But it's, you know, it's the work of the husband now to make sure that mtoto, you never got to transfer. That woman, that wife, not go to call. How? You got to collapse his way to make sure that person be detained there. That inmate to be detained there. So to finance, I'm saying, to finance, it's better to finance 10 women outside here than to finance one woman, one man there, who is probably to be a wife, wife in prison, because it's very expensive. That is why if you hear somebody is there, is saying, oh, sell my car. People, they have sold their cars. People, they have sold their lands. People, they have sold even their houses so that they could finance the lifestyle of these boys, these young boys.
Is there a criteria they use to select the wives?
Yeah. They're fresh. Yes, like that. Yeah. You know, men like that. You know, men, let me tell you, because I'm a pastor, men like something they can see. Especially people, and I want to tell young people, you have to be very careful. Because if you find yourself on the other side of the law and taken to prison, you'll be a wife of somebody. You'll be a wife of somebody. So they like, especially the fresh, the gluttonous, the glutton, greedy, people who don't care because, you see, and the people who want to be, to have everything, so they take advantage. So that's the life of committee. So it was tough. Yeah. And on top of that, let me tell you, another thing that I came to realize in the committee, okay, here, food is not like remand. It's a bit, as you compare their portion is a bit better there, as you compare with the other side of the G block. Do you know why? And I said somewhere, you have to be given, you have to be well fed, so that when these people want to hang you, your neck, you'll be fatty now, so that it could sustain the string, we call the rope. Yes, you have to be fed well. You know, people, they're saying there's no, they say, who told them? Me, I was in there in committee. Now, these people, they used even to test that machine. They used to test that machine. I was there. I'm not giving story. That paper talks about me. Yeah. I was there. These people, they would test the machine, literally test the machine. When the machine would be tested, woo, nobody would eat that day. They're testing for what? The way we have tested this machine. Before you do anything, you have to test. Meaning, and I want to tell people here, death is there. And until the parliament, do something about it, it will be there. And I want to thank God, and I want to thank our president. Yeah. And other presidents like Uhuru Kenyatta, Mwai Kibaki, and even more. These people have been so massive. They have been so massive that they have not hanged anybody.
So far. Because
you know what is remaining? When you go through the process, just the signature of the president, you are hanged. The point you are hanged, you are buried even in a prison. I'll come to that. So after several months, after 1 month and something, I was transferred from now the committee, taken to Naivasha. Yvonne, that's the hell. And I want to tell somebody here, if there is hell or not, there's hell in heaven. Those people have not gotten saved. Those people have not known God. You have to understand that what they are saying is one. There is hell, there is hell. Now, my name was sitting out.
Naivasha.
We ordered to board the van, the prisoner van. Then we had an escort cars. We were taken to Naivasha. Let me tell you, if you have gotten somebody who have got to Naivasha, he will tell you what the meaning of the jail. People, they joke around with the life here. People, they talk about committee. If you have never been in Naivasha, you have never been in prison. There, even the way we are received, when, for example, when you have your guests, there we receive them with flour and whatever. There, we are received with rungu. And let me tell you, it was terrible. Because, there, if you take into that prison, there's prison that we make sure that there's no marufuku, there's no contraband in that prison. So if they suspected you're coming from Kamete and we are one of the people who are carrying marufuku, let me tell you, these people, they had to keep you. They are to keep you in a certain room. They give to feed you until the time you go for a wrong call. They check what you are going, what has come from you. I've seen with my own eyes. So when I went there, me, good enough I did not have any control about it, but my fellow friends, my fellow enemies had control about it. So many of them were detained. They went through that torture because it was torturous. So I was allocated. I was taken to number 8, block A, number 8. There was no harassment, because these people there, in that prison, there was no radio, there was no TV, there was no other material, reading material that was finding its way there.
Yeah.
It was only the Bible and the Quran. So when these people, I was taken to number 8. I remember. So these people, they give you a welcome because they want to give, you'll be a source of information. You'll be their radio. They want to know what is happening outside there because there's nothing that it's a dark world on itself. Yeah. They don't get anything. Let me tell you. So I was received well. Kenya kona. There are people who had, by the time I was there, we call it Kenya. Let me tell you, Yvonne, people they are talking about, they want Baba to take them to Canaan. Where? This is a Canaan. There where you are in Canaan. Let me tell you, there are people who are already in hell. Those places. And I'm here now to speak the truth. We are here now to expose all what have been going through there. Yeah. So when the people they are there, there's no radio. So I got in. I got a very warm welcome.
Reception was good.
Yeah. Oh, how is Kenya? Is Moi still in office? By that time, Moi left office the year 2002. You can remember? Yeah. Me, I was there 2003. But this time, I remember I was saved when I was arrested. But this time, because of stress, now I've started smoking cigarettes. Because out of stress. Me, Yvonne, I reached the end. Have you ever heard somebody that's saying that I has reached the end? I reached the end.
Had your family been visiting?
Yeah, my family was visiting, used to visiting. Yeah. Especially my wife, who has been there for me all the time. She would come to committee. When I went to Naivasha, I'll tell you the story now. The story of Naivasha is different. So now, there, because there's no cigarettes in that prison, they're what we only called Kiraiko. Kiraiko. I don't know how to describe Kiraiko because it's like this old wazes, those old men, they who cannot afford the cigarette. They go to the market, they buy certain unga kind of full kind of cigarette. It is measured in a form of CUKG or whatever, those things that they smoke there. And there's no matchbox. There's no matchbox, there's anything. So you have to use what you call ngwara to lit fire there. And if you found smoking that cigarette, the entire cell, those people, all the occupants of that cell would be punished severely. So I was told, and by that time I was having 6 pounds of soap. Because riches in that prison, it was counted in form of soaps. In the committee, it was counted in form of cigarettes. So I was told that if you are found or you are caught smoking that thing, all of us will be in danger. So after 1 week, I got saved. Getting saved does not mean that I've gotten my freedom back. No, I have to go through the process. Let me tell you, I've discovered that place is a hell on earth because there was no tissue papers. because people they were rarely visited. They rarely get visitors in once in a blue in a while. So they stayed without visitors. People they could not be visited there. And I came to realize the reason why people they are not visited there is because one you are, for example, your relative or your friend comes there to visit you. Those policemen, those prisoner wonders, they were very, very, very skilled on how to discourage your people not to come again. Do you know what they tell your person, your relative, that this person that you're coming to see is a mad man. Since the day he was convicted, he became mad. Even here, with even injection, we have to inject him so that he can try to cool him down, even to contain him. So when you come, don't speak more. Your visitor, they have come there now. First of all, they meet the prisoner authority, so that he can come to you. So even don't visit him many times, because once you visit him, you create a lot of problem to us. Yeah. So when you go there, because anytime you are anybody who is sentenced to suffer death, anytime you are moving in prison, you have to be in chain, even if you are in prison. So when your person seeing you like this and in chain, and also the story, and they were told, they used to tell them that anytime they come, anytime you are the first thing that you are prisoner, you are whatever, your son or your brother or you are who ask is about the file. And when you go there, the first question there, why was my file? Because you want to get out as quickly as possible. So they will tell this person is mad. Can you see? We are the one who work on their file. We are the one who are being passive. Now he's talking about their file. So people, they used to get discouraged. By that time, there was no border. From the distance from the prison to the main road, it was a long distance. On top of that prison was built under the hill. It was a cold prison. Let me tell you, because of poverty. Let me tell you, and it will shock you, that people used to have to use their Bible pages as a tissue paper. There would get 15 minutes to go bask in the sun. Can you tell how many days? 45 minutes. 45 minutes. But in Naivasha, it was only 15 minutes.
Have you seen people die from it?
Yes, I saw them. That person, for example, because I've seen several, that one died because of the negligence, because he was taken to hospital. This suffered from, I don't know whether TB, another complication. That man died. It was actually one of the...
As you watched, all of you.
Yes. My fellow, I remember there was a time when I moved from number 8 to number 8 to number 12, if you can remember well. Because my memory can serve me well. And one of the Maasai. Have you ever walked up to see a cop? Someone who's lying next to you is very cold. One of Maasai died.
He was
sleeping next to him. Maasai. We don't know what killed him. But he died. But I think because of the medical condition, I think because this man was aiding. Actually, he was a Maasai. He died like that. Actually, was sleeping next to him. So we have seen a lot of messes there. Actually, if you would be caught, it would be, for example, by bad luck. Those askari would catch, you found smoking, doing anything. Homosexuality in that prison, you receive severe beating. I've seen so many people even walking in the crutches because of the beating that they received there. Other people, they could be beaten, then from there you are handed, it was about to another prison. They have been removed from that prison. Perhaps they would go and die that places. It was a terrible prison. It was a terrible. Leave alone, mega food. It's a very small portion of food there. Now you could not complain. People used there to go mad. And let me tell you, I have told you from the one go, no other book that could get find its way there. It was only the Quran and the Bible. That's the reason why, if you go to committee, is one of the prisoners with a high number of people who are saved and the people who are Muslim. So I stayed there for several years. Me, I've gotten saved now. I've started preaching. I started seeking the face of God. I started hope, and the hope that had dwindled, that started coming back now. Yes. Now, me, I was thinking about death, because when you're in prison, the only dreams that you see is only death. After 2 years, I was called back to committee now to come and attend my first appeal. So when I went to committee, because I did not have money now, my people, in a way, they were losing hope. My family friends, they were losing hope in a way. So when I come back to committee, so I looked for I sought services. One of the prisoners, Mfungwa, one of the prisoners, looked me submission. So because what happened, after you are called to go and attend your appeal, you are served with the trial records and the trial proceeding. So that also you can be in a position to respond. To understand.
Yes.
That you read the case, go through the case now. These are type record. You go through the case, you see where perhaps you went wrong, what. And now because you want to challenge the same, you want to say that you are innocent. So that also you can write a submission to that
respond,
you can to respond to that. So I sought service one of the mufungwa there, one of the prisoner there, he assisted me to write appeal, to write the submission. He charged me 500. I got the money. I paid him. I went to court, Upper High Court, Nairobi. I went before Justice Makandia and Justice Leslie. They are still in the bar. They are still in the court. They are still in office. So I went there with my submission. In court, you go to find the judges and the state council. They go the judges and the state council. What's the work of the judges? Judges is neutral. They give verdict based on what they are presented before them. Based on the evidence on the record. And based on what you have said. We have got you yourself, the prisoner, defense, we say the defense, and also we got the state council now, who represent the government, who represent the complainer, who represent the government now. So that man is not your friend. Actually, is your enemy because you're competing with him.
Yes.
With her. So when that person, she was a lady, actually, young lady like you, she came and asked my submission. I gave her. She went through the submission so that she could know how to respond. We are a number of us who had gone for appeal that day. So when my case came up for hearing, the state council stood to respond. She said, I have considered with the appeal of the appellant.
The previous one that locked you up.
Yes. Now they are not the state. I have considered. This man is in prison, but he has not committed this offense. If there is an offense this person was to be charged with, is assault, but not robbery. This man did not commit robbery. There's no evidence to support case of robbery here. So what do you like? No, have considered. No, when you consider me that you have told the judges to acquit that person. Now you know the state council is the owner of the case in the court. He represents the government, he represents the complainer, he represents the police. So I asked, do you have anything to add? I said no. Everything that would have added is already captured in my submission. So we went back to prison. So everybody told me that you are going home. I was celebrating. Yes, I was celebrating. We went to committee. When we went to committee now, we waited now for judgment. It came after 3 weeks. I went for my judgment. When I went for my judgment, I was shocked. Me, actually this time around, I was 100% I was going home because now the complainant, the state council had already considered. They had seen that there's no case. This person is not supposed to be in prison. So when I went there, my judgment shocked me because I was told the evidence that is on the record sufficiently put you squarely on the skin of the client. And we have confirmed, they say this, we have confirmed the judgment of the trial court. Meaning that they have supported what the trial court, go back to prison now to die. You have got a right of appeal before the expiry of 14 days. Me, I was shocked now. Leave alone the first one. This one has shocked me. Because now, you see now, I'm remaining with one court. Yes. Because you have got only to appeal. The first appeal, that's where you have the hopes. But the second appeal, there's no hope because nobody, actually, chances of going home in the second appeal were very minimal. Actually, were next to zero. Because the court of appeal. Me, I went to prison. I decided to join the so-called lawyers of the prisoner lawyers. It is a group there. So I joined one of my fellow man. Now he's dead. He was killed after he was released. He was shot dead because he did not stop. He was a criminal. He was not fixed actually.
He agreed.
He agreed. And after even if he was released, he continued doing that. Then he was shot dead by police. So this man trained me for 1 month. After 1 month, I was able to right now appeal properly. Let me tell you, money became my friend now. I started earning money really. Because even those people, because now people, let me tell you, okay, in prison, if you are writing those things, it is a job that you got to overwhelm you because you have got so many clients because people are being condemned daily, they are being hanged daily. So anytime they are coming, go to Muiruri, go to like that. So I would get so many customers. So I'd write them appeals and submissions. Call them appeal and submission. Appeal, you are right after you are somebody sentenced to hang to death. By law court, high court, you have to write appeal. Submission in when the record comes. You receive the record, you go through the record, you press the record, then you write anything to respond. That is, you are trying to deny that this person committed this offense. You give that person to take to the court. And I saw myself by that time that so many people that I would write appeal, they were released.
Wow.
So many people that were writing appeal were released. So money became my friend. I could get money. And I could organize how I could, once I get the money inside the prison, I could organize how I can have the money being banked in the prison welfare. That is what you call the welfare department, where your money is being kept. So I did that. I could help my wife.
Wow.
Because submission, I could help my brother who was in college. By that was doing another course. I could help other people when I was in prison. So I was writing this, and we used to get money. If you don't have money, you repay me with your meat. I remember that in 2008, they were coming for searches. Searches, it is conducted. Searches, they conduct searches every morning. Not every morning, without your knowledge. They can stay a week, or after several days, they conduct a search.
Ambush you.
They ambush you. They use an ambush there. That's the direction. They ambush you. At what time is it done? Around 4:30 there in the morning, when you are slept, when you are totally, when you are deep in sleep. So they come, they open the door. You know, you are sleeping. Now you sleep. By the way, in the prison, there's no beds. Don't ask me about bed. People, they sleep on the floor like animals, like goats. Every morning. And how are they done? And I want to challenge. And I think because of those which were there, these laws were not meant for Africans. These laws were meant for these laws were, I think, were enacted by Europeans to punish the Africans. Because how they are done is in a very inhumane way. Because what happened, when they open the door, you are told, you strip naked, you leave your clothes there, you get outside naked. Imagine. Me, I used to live with somebody 80 years. By that time, I was 20-something years. That's my grandmother, my grandfather. By that time, wafungwa were not allowed to wear innerwears. I don't know whether today they are wearing. That's terrible. It was the year 2008 when there was such. It was a very big church in Gibro. That day, you remember those times, it was terrible. When you could hear about the phones there. It was terrible. These two phones were there. Not a story. People used to lead the people and whatever. So people, Askari, they came in numbers. They came to do searches. So when they came to do searches, they came in numbers. Because Gibro by that time, you know, it was a terrible place. Because these people, I told you, they had cocaine, they had money. They had money, you know, they had a lot of those issues for phone and whatever. So they had a lot of money. So they would control the prison in a way. That day when they started doing the search, they started on G block. It has the ground floor and the first floor. They started in the first floor. So when they were doing the search, one of them Mfungwa, one of the prisoners, looked for Mororo Mabati. It was something metallic, and he cut the skull here. The prisoner warden. Let me tell you, there's nothing dangerous than to attack a skull in prison. It's better you do something else, but don't attack us. Even here, don't try to attack us. You shall know. You shall know there is government in Kenya. The Virimbi. We call the Easy alarm. So Askari came in numbers. They came in numbers. They were gotten even from prisoners. They came in numbers to come and conduct service. See that, these people there, what they say was, one of Askari have been killed by these prisoners. These prisoners are dangerous. So they came in numbers, even to rescue their enemy. Let me tell you, that day, we almost lost our lives. Because what happened, now, when they came, I think one person, one of the senior most, I think, commander of the prison came. So now he was in charge of the operation, of the search. So everybody was locked inside now. The prisoner was locked inside. They now started opening one by one. You can imagine. The first thing you have to do, you have to go for a long call when they are watching.
So that they can,
you know, they knew that where you have hidden your contraband, where you have hidden your phone, where you have hidden your money, where you are hidden. So they were like this. When after you go for a long call, you defecate. Then from there, anything that is coming from, you know, people they used to carry money. Let me tell you, that time they had money. People would hide in their inners even 400,000.
What?
So they are prisoner. They are prisoner officers who became rich that day. Because they are supervising you to defecate.
Money is coming.
Yeah, when you if it is money, they just put it in your. Even they are not worried about the fees and whatever. They just put it, snatch it, they put it in their pocket, then they whip you. So I thank God because we missed death by a whisker. Because that day, Askari came surrounding us. They are beating, but when we cross outside there. Actually, we are lucky because one of us guys said, "This is a church now." Or this, this is a church. We are the church here. We are safe. As we are not around even to defecate. We are not around even not in any. We are not forced to defecate together. We are to go for a long call. Let me tell you, anywhere. And I want to tell people here, young people who joke around with the government, don't try to poke that nose of Askari. You've been for it. Even in prison. Now, the reason why these people they are behaving like Yvonne is because they are not being taught that you don't touch Askari in prison. That's their territory. And you have to under them, no matter who you are. When you go there, any minute, in the minute you get inside that prison, know that you have lost your status. You have to stay under them. So actually, I was lucky to escape. But what happened that day, because I had shoes, I remember because there was a person who I had written down to, and I had paid me with a good shoe. That is a Sahara suit. It was taken away by a prison officer, a police warden. Because what happened when the Askari were coming, they used to come to do searches in our police, especially in Jibro. They would come with their torn shoes, old shoes. They leave their shoes there. They put you out. They go out with it. You can do nothing.
It's like they're coming for shopping.
They are coming for shopping. Money, even suit. They would go with the suit. So that day after that search that we conducted, that was somebody senior was in charge of it. Every because there are people, those were they have been buried away. People they could even you could find wafungwa and in Jibro even wearing civilian. So all the civilian clothes, including the suit, like the one were burnt. Never only gave back to Geshagi. They were gathered together, then they were burnt. They were reduced to ashes.
Take us to the day you were released.
Yes.
What's the process?
Okay.
What's the process that led to that?
Yes. Let me go there now, because now, after 4 years, I was called to attend. I was summoned to attend my last appeal. Remember, it was the last bullet now. That was the main. Then from there, it was facing the young man now. I did not have any other hope. So that day, I remember, when I reached that record now, I was given a summon to appear in the court appeal. Instead of celebrating, I started in the morning. We started. Actually, if you receive that summon to go to court of appeal, actually, you'd do what? You'd mourn because you knew chances of going home were very slim. Yeah. So I remember that court of appeal, no mufungwa, no prisoner who was allowed to represent himself. Even right now, I know. So when for example your file reaches there, the government of Kenya allocate you a lawyer free of charge, whether you are capable or not, whether you are a son of poor man or whoever, free of charge. You get a lawyer for free from that limit. Why? Because now you are dealing with the last bullet, and these people they want to hang you. Before they hang you, they have to make sure that you hand a wakili. Low court you said you don't have a wakili. You do not have a lawyer. High court you said you don't have one. Now you go to give you a lawyer so that you survive in a paradise. Yes. So me when I received my trial pleading, I was asking now to prepare myself for to go and defend myself in court of appeal. I was sent that lawyer came, he came, he told me that I'm the one who is handling your appeal. That man was old, actually, Yvonne, very old man. And because I was a prisoner lawyer who knew more about law, although who knew more about law now, because I had even the books, I had bought the penal code, somebody brought me penal code, evidence act, criminal procedure code, another book called Constitution, and all those books called law. So I knew how to handle case. So when he came, I looked at him because I was accompanied with another. He would come, he would go to the office of the duty office. Then after that, you'd come, you'd go there, and then for there you argue their case. He would tell you, this is what I have for your case. I am the one who represents you. You tell him, now I'm the one, they are so and so now. I'm the client now. So when I listened to him, I feel that his legal reasoning was not making sense to me. Because I remember I had written so many submissions and appeals. And my friend told me, don't allow this wakil to handle your case. Don't allow this counsel to handle your appeal. So what? go and ask the court to defer the case. So the wakili went, and the date of the hearing of the appeal was straightened. Was given the date of to go for appeal. So after that, my wife came. She told me that is either I go home or she commits suicide.
Oh no!
You see now, I was pressed between the hand ground and a stone. I was in a dilemma. My wife wanted me to proceed with the case. My friends here and other people now, they are pressing me. Even when I am feeling this is not the right person to represent me. Me, I remember that night before now the week that I went to court came. I prayed the whole night. And now because I was saved and I had a lot of knowledge of the word of God, and I used to pray a lot, I had the issue of the story of the David came. The Daniel came about how God delivered Daniel from the den of lion, how God delivered even Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego from fire. So I believe if the same God delivered those people, even me, it is possible God to deliver me, no matter what. Let me remind you something. When you go to prison now, you don't say that I was fixed, No. You start fighting against the evidence. Now, there's evidence that is presented against you. Don't go and tell judge that, no, that's one does not make any sense. Actually, it will be, that one is dangerous actually. So, my wife came and said that she wants the case to proceed on. So when the date of going to court came, I went to court. I think we are six of us who are going for appeal that day. I found my wife here. It's High Court, this High Court, court of appeal, High Court. I found my wife already, she had arrived. The wakili was there, my counsel was there, ready to proceed on. Judges, you know them, Kina Kubasu, Waki, and Fislam. Me, I sat at the place where reserved for prisoners. The judges came. Blessing led, Yvonne led. Remember, it was the last bullet that was remaining. So
that was your last hope.
I had to be meticulous. I had to be very careful because I knew even I lose this one, me, I'm done.
That's it.
I'm done with the young. I'll be hanging in prison. And I want to repeat this. Descent is there. The machine there. I witnessed. I started testing that machine. It is there with those gallows. So, when the prisoner saw that, I told you that anybody who would go there for appeal, they would not celebrate, but they would mourn. So the first appellant, the first convict, the prisoner, who was asking, "Are you ready to proceed?" When the judges came, they said, "No. Oh, my stomach is not. I have a running stomach. Oh, I want first of all to be taken to hospital. So what? No, I am praying for court to give you another date. Okay, judges, they don't push you to do the case. They cannot push you. Yeah. They will go back to prison. They are the employee of the state. And the second, the fourth, I was the fifth now. I was asked, "Are you ready to proceed on me?" I said yes. Counsel for the accused, for the appellant? No. When you got there is not accused, appellant. The person is appealing. Are you ready to proceed? See, yes, I'm ready to proceed. So let's start on. Counsel for the appellant, start. Okay. He stood up. He said, Section 151 of CPC was violated. So what does it state? Every witness who is coming to give a testimony, he should be under oath. Okay. They asked for the trial records that was written by the magistrate. They looked and said, "No, look here, come." They all are under oath. So that the ground was rejected. He raised the second ground. It was rejected. I'm praying now because I've seen now fire. He raised the third ground. It was knocked down. He raised the fourth ground. It was knocked out. When it hit the fourth ground, my wife disappeared. She saw darkness now because now she's 100%. This man now has been swallowed by the prison. This man will be hanged now. She disappeared. So the last ground, that's why I'm here. That's why my name is in the parliament. That's my name is everywhere. People that are looking for me. The last ground that my counsel is, he said, Section 297 of Penal Code, that the appellant is charged with. Is that offense that is facing, defined as Section 297 of the Penal Code. It is said that anybody who are found try to attempt to drop somebody by using violence, he'll be sentenced to death. That's okay. But you have got another section of the law that contradicts one. Which one? Section 389 of Penal Code. That's why I'm here. That's the reason why I came with that paper. You got to see why my name is everywhere. Even they go to court, I'm everywhere. If I'm Gichane. Section 389, it states anybody who try to commit offense punishable by death, he is not supposed to be in prison more than 7 years. He's not supposed to be given term of prison term that exceeds 7 years. Is there any contradiction there? It is there. Section 297 talks about death. This one is talking not more than 7 years. So what? The judges look at each other. They are three. They talked in low tones. They consulted in low tones. Oh, is it? They talked. Yeah. Then they asked the state council, do you have anything to respond to that? Oh, state council said, no. What? The judges told the sit down. Judgment. Date of come for your judgment, appellant. I was given the date of judgment. I went back to prison. When I went back to prison, I've gone back to hell because now it was terrible. Because you see, the other appellant, the other prisoner, they refused to proceed with their case. And they were here when my case was being handled. So when I reached there, my fellow friends, my fellow prisoners were waiting for me. Oh, wait, you proceed with the case. You are the only one who dared those charges. You'll be sent to death. You'll be hanged. You are going to be thrown there. Hey, I received a lot of condemnation, discouragement. Everybody discouraged me. Oh, you'll be those judges who are known, did not entertain. They are no-nonsense judges.
How long were you in prison before now the final ruling?
The final ruling, it was my 10 year now. Yeah.
How long had you stayed back in the prison? How long did it take for you between the point where you were told come back for your ruling and the point where...
Oh, come back for it's not ruling, judgment.
The judgment,
we call it judgment. I'm about it. Okay, it was 3 weeks. I was given 3 weeks. Yeah.
So you stayed in prison for another
3 weeks now. So that I could wait for my judgment. So those 3 weeks I got to pray for God for intervention because I knew it was the only bullet that was remaining. No matter how innocent I was. No matter, in prison, I told you, when you are sentenced now, if you find yourself in prison, you don't say, oh, I'm innocent. No, it is the evidence that you got to speak for you, how innocent you are. So, during the night, it was characterized with the nightmares of seeing myself hang. I could wake up and I could shout literally. Because, condemnation the night. So after 3 days, I went for my judgment.
For the judgment.
When I went to my judgment, let me tell you today, and I remember that day, it was on 10th December 2010. Me, when I left that prison, I knew 2 things must happen. 1, if it is acquittal to be today. If not acquittal, the process of hanging me will start today. Because the judgment is going to determine. It is the determining factor, whether I'm going home or they're going to hang me. So actually, when the bus was the bus was moving down from Kamiti, 44, up to Nairobi, I could not see anything. I was sitting next to the window, but I could not see anything, literally, because my minds were fully engrossed with what would happen. I went to court. I remember it was December 10. Judgments were read. 3 judgments were read. There are so many judges which were there in court of appeal, that's civil or whatever. There are some apparent who had gone for the judgments that day. Their cases are handled another day, but they are also their judgment was slated to be handled that day. So those judgments were read. All of them were sentenced to suffer death, hanging. They come to my judgment. Now I was in prayer. When the judge started reading my judgment, actually it was Justice Nyamu who was given the judgment to read. When he started reading that judgment, me, I knew in my heart it was today or never. If it's acquittal today, but I could not see my acquittal from where I was. I could see death. Because discouragement, I knew how these people, they handled the case. The wakili, how they used to handle the judges, how they used to handle the case. They did the judgment were read. When he was about now to finish, he said, the ground that was raised by the council of the appellant, it has a merit. Wow. When they hear that, you hear, wow, it has a merit.
That makes a difference.
It makes Section 297(2) of the Penal Code define attempted robbery and give sentence of death sentence. The punishment is death sentence. But Section 389 of Penal Code talks about if somebody tried to commit an offense punishable by death, he is not supposed to be in prison more than 7 years. This ground has merit. And on that ground, we are going to acquit now the appellant on that ground. And now we instruct, let me tell you, Yvonne, many MP, they know my name. Because it is on the basis of that judgment that the parliament was instructed to go and look into that. Because they are only the body that are mandated to make laws, to go to the law, to make the, so that because it was a loophole, to go and work on that, to so that they could finish the conflict of the law. That is section 297.2 and then section 389 of the Penal Code. So we have acquitted the appellant because the time he has been in prison is enough. We acquit the prisoner,
and you are
appellant,
a free man.
and a free man. Let me tell you, I saw another world. Can you remember the story in the Bible, in the book of Luke, whereby there are certain people who are walking with Jesus Christ heading to a mountain. They say that when they ate the bread, they saw light. Me, I saw light. Then from there, I was taken back to prison. This time around, I was not handcuffed. No, as a free man. So listen here. When I went back to prison, I told the prisoner authority that allow me to sleep here today because it was around past 6. I'm a 7. Some minutes 7. We did. By the time we were reaching the committee, it was around some minutes to 7. I'm a 7 there. Allow me to sleep here today so that tomorrow Saturday I will go free because I had stayed many years in prison. I did not know what had happened to in this place those years which I've been in prison. I was told no. Prepare yourself. You are going out right now, Muiruri. We are releasing you now. I don't name me. No. You know funny things in prison. When you want to stay there, they cannot allow you to stay there. When you want to go home, they cannot allow you to go home. Very interesting. So, I was first of all, I was taken to the department of the we call it welfare. My money it was submitted to it now. My money was counted. I had worked and I have managed to save 230,000 Kenya shilling. The money I worked for with a pen. And I want to tell somebody here, don't ignore the education that you have. It will help you one day. Wow. Don't ignore that knowledge that you have. 230,000, that's what I was given. Bad. That was what I was given. Let me tell you that. After I was given that money, I was also given a security of a prison officer, rank of major, to escort me with a pistol. Do you know why? Because now it's from poverty to riches. Now somebody is carrying more than 200,000, 230,000 cash. Now I had to be escorted to come to the bus stage. And I was carrying, that money was in form of denomination of 50, 100. 50, 100. So can you imagine how much I had in my pocket here? Here I was looking like this. I came and I boarded a matatu, came to Nairobi. I went to a certain hotel here. Nairobi, I don't want to mention it. Then I hand money. Money is everything. I went, I booked I asked whether there is any room remaining. I was told there's a room. Yeah. I went there, I paid 1,500 by that time. I entered inside now. For the first time, I locked my door from outside, from inside. You can't imagine. But let me tell you the problem. When I went there, I put my jacket, my hand coat, I put it down. I put my money there. I closed my door tightly because now, prison is the most safest place that you can be. Prisoners, they are more guarded than any prominent leader. Even more guarded by those people in office. They are more guarded. Prison, you cannot do. No thief can come to prison to steal because that place is guarded, well guarded. Yeah. But now,
you're by yourself.
I'm by myself now. So I closed my door tightly. Remember now, something has to happen at that night. I got to sleep on the bed. I had not slept in the bed for 7 years. So I could not sleep on the bed. So first of all, I removed the mattress from the bed. I put it on the ground. Because I could not sleep on the bed. By the way, when you're released from prison, you're not allowed to sleep on the bed because you can fall down at night, especially. At night you can fall down because you're not sleeping on the bed. You are used to sleep on the floor. So I removed the mattress. I put it on the floor. Then from there, I called the waiter. I had not taken soda for 7 years. So I asked for soda. So I could not even know the sodas. So I could describe to them. Ile tangawizi. So I could not. Ile unajua sijui for 7 years. You have been behind bars. So after that, I slept on the ground. After that, remember this time, I did not tell my people to come.
They didn't even expect.
Did not expect. What even? They were not aware when the judgment was taking place. Why? Because for the 2 incidents, low court and high court, I saw one last. It was terrible because they cried. So I did not want to see a situation of that kind. So I decided I concealed the judgment. It was my secret, top secret. So when I have eaten, and I pima nyama, I told the waiter, go and bring nyama choma hapa na ugali. For 7 years I've not eaten nyama kuchoma. I was brought whatever, the nyama and soda, whatever. Then after I have eaten, it's good to speak when you have eaten, Kawira. It's good way to speak when you are fully eaten. I took my phone, I called my wife. Do you know what? I'm a free man. Oh, wow. She screamed. I called my mother, they screamed. You know, nobody expected. Nobody expected. So we talked. I told my wife that the following day she was staying at Teodero. We got to meet the following day. So the first thing I did the following day was to bank my money.
To bank all the money.
First of all, I had money. And first of all, you know, wafungwa, they got out of the prison, but the next thing they do, they look for IDs. I've seen so many people who come in here to look for IDs, but these people, they need support. It is God who helped me. I banked my money there, Moy Avenue, Equity there. That is 200,000. Then I went, visited my wife at Odero. Then from there, we went home to Gishagi. People, they celebrated. Wow. But let me tell you, even if they celebrated, there are people who came, there are certain person who came and told chief that I've run away from prison.
Surely.
I've run away from prison.
Fight battles.
Yes, you see,
to
now I'm free.
In the society.
Because you know, people, they are aware that I have been released. They are aware that I was behind bar and I was sentenced to suffer death. So they could not imagine how someone who was sentenced to suffer death now is outside. So there is someone who called chief literally to tell the chief that this man has escaped in prison. So prison, and then the chief had to inquire from the relevant authority. When he confirmed everything was right, there was nothing else what I need to work in. Then from there, I started life. I started preaching.
Oh, wow.
I'm here now.
You have written books. Tell us about them.
Yes, they are here. Oh, yeah. They seem that this is a story of Jambas. Yes. Because the story of Jambas, this guy at a second.
This is a story court appeal substitute. Oh.
Yes, this me. What's my name? Confirm my name. If you and also confirm whether
Yvonne Muiruri
Gichane. And this is the same name that's written in my books. So before I introduce my book,
prayers that can stop death.
Yes. I was sentenced to suffer death. There is a secret that I know that gave me freedom. This is a secret that I want you to have. There is a prayer that can stop death. Even if God has called you, there is a prayer that can over and stop that death. You are suffering from cancer, you are suffering from anything, your business, your marriage, anything that you are seeing now is coming to an end. There is a prayer that can over that can stop that death. It is called Prayer That Can Stop Death, written by Pastor Muiruri Gichane. I'm the author of that book. So it is still market. That is both hard copy and
soft copy.
Before I introduce that, there is another book. It is called Breakthrough Guide to Fasting. This is a book that I wrote after I was in prison about teaches about how you can do fasting. There are many people that are doing fasting. They don't know why they do fasting, but they don't get answer. The answer is here. Anytime you want to do fasting, there is always what you call the formula. This book contains the formula that can help you to have fasting and end up with the results. You should not have fasting without the result. Get this book, and it is there in hard and soft copies. Okay, another book that I wrote, entitled Battles Won by Sacrifice. I was in prison. And there are those battles that require sacrifice. Actually, there are 12 battles, my viewer, that you require sacrifice to win those battles, Yvonne. There are 12 battles. They are here. People, they don't know. Some of the battles that you over prayers, you will not going to get any breakthrough. Some of the battles that perhaps you are looking for people who can help you, you will never get the breakthrough. But when you go through this book, you shall know these 12 battles, and they are won by sacrifice. So my sacrifice, my victory, and also the other book is available, soft and hard copy. My last book, Narrow Escape from Death. 7 years waiting for the hangman. It is memoir. Actually, it's my story. Read it from day one. Actually, what you have done here actually is just a overview. Just summary. Everything is here.
How can people get these books? Where can they find you?
My mobile phone number 0713 65 69 68. And I want to repeat.
Okay.
0713 65 69 68. Pastor Muiruri Gichane. On top of that, me, I'm a pastor. You can see that I have a collar. Actually, I am a man of God. I'm a pastor, Church of Redeemer. Even they are God doing wonders in our church. So many people, they are going through the hell. Just come to our church. It is called Church of Redeemer, Kenya. So please hear from me. God bless you so much. Thank you so much, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tuko family, for having me here.
That has been quite an inspiring story, and I'm so grateful that you chose to come and share your experiences with that. Please remember that somebody's story can change the history of a country like this. This is what happened. to Mr. Muiruri.
Amen.
So thank you so much for staying with us till the end of the show. My name is Yvonne Kawira. Till next time, keep it Tuko.